Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. So in today's video I want to go ahead and show you guys how I create my marble effect using gel polish. I already went ahead and made up a video on how I create my marble effect using polygel, so you guys want to see that video, I'll leave an iCard up here or I'll leave a link down in the description below. So first off, I start by grabbing 𝚤𝚤𝚘𝚘, my dapping dish, and I just pour some in just in case. This is what I usually use to create my marble effect. I use 𝚤𝚤𝚘𝚘 and basically an old brush I have lying around. I feel like any brush should work, even a polygel brush should work, but I usually use a brush that has a very thin brush. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, this is the brush I use. This came in a kit from a 𝚬𝚘, I think, gel pot type of thing. But yeah, that's where I got that brush from. It's not really any special brush, it's just a plain old brush. And so first off, we're gonna start by choosing our base color. So the base color that I usually choose is white. You guys are free to choose any color you guys want, but I really love how it looks with using the color white. So I'm using this white color by 𝚤𝚤𝚘𝚘. Okay, so I start out by first grabbing my white color and I'm gonna go ahead and just paint one coat on there. I don't do two coats, even though I might have some parts that are missing. I only do one coat basically because either way the color that we're gonna be using after, which I actually usually use two colors to marble, that is basically covers any spots that I miss with my white. So here you guys can see this is how it looks. It's a very thin coat and I'm gonna go ahead and cure this for 60 seconds. But beforehand, make sure we let that go ahead and just lay to the side for 30 seconds so it can evenly spread, then we're ready to cure. Okay, so once that has been cured, we're gonna grab our first color and we're just gonna go ahead and place random dots pretty much wherever you feel like you want to add any. And I usually will be using more of this color. This is my primary color that I plan to use as my marble color, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some of my turquoise color. So once we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush into some 𝚤𝚤𝚘𝚘 and remove the excess onto our lint-free wipe. Using a brush, we're going to go ahead and pat into place, not really pat, but we're just going to go ahead and create a patting motion just to fully cover the whole nail. That's all I'm doing here. And so this is what we have. I'm just making sure the whole nail is fully coated with those two colors. If I feel like I'm missing some of the parts, or if I feel like I need more of a color there, then I go ahead and just add some of that color. And here I'm just going to go ahead and basically just pat until the whole nail is fully coated and the white is not as, as white as we would want it to be. Now that we have our whole nail fully coated, I'm going to go ahead and just create some swirls. I'm just dragging the brush to create some swirls here. You guys see that? And yeah, and I'm just basically using the excess gel polish that I removed and I'm putting it where I kind of want some excess gel polish to be. And here you guys can see I'm patting it, and I don't want the swirl, the middle, you guys see those white patches there, I don't want them to be too white, so I do go ahead and just make sure that I have some color there, that it's not fully white, that I remove the whole full color. So I felt like the colors were a little bit too pastel-like, so instead I went ahead and added more of this blue. And I'm basically going to go ahead and grab my brush, some 𝚤𝚤𝚘𝚘𝚘, and I'm just going to go ahead and pat that into place. And I just want to create like a diagonal type of thing, I don't know if that makes sense. But I want this blue to kind of stand out more than the rest of the whole nail. And I'm just going to be using this to create a little swirl type of effect here. And so we're just going to go ahead and continue doing that until we get the desired effect that we want. So yeah, overall I think this is a really easy technique and it's really self-explanatory, honestly. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I just feel like you should just do whatever you feel like it. It doesn't have to be perfect at all, trust me. The messier it is, the way better the marble looks. Marble is actually a design that's really pretty. I honestly love it because there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's honestly just a big mess that's basically art. So yeah, I really do love that about marble, and I feel like it's a really pretty design and looks really good with any single set you prefer to do. Okay, and this is what I have so far, so now I'm going to go ahead and cure this for 30 seconds, but before that, make sure we always let it stand by for at least 30 seconds to evenly spread. So here we have it finally cured, so I'm going to go ahead and add more of this blue where I basically want it. I'm not gonna add too much here because I already have most of it, so I'm just adding a little bit. And here actually I did way too much of that turquoise there. I don't know if you guys noticed that. That was way too much. I shouldn't have added that much, but either way, I took some away by simply just grabbing some and then just placing that all over my nymph wipe. And so here I'm just gonna go ahead and pat that into place because I felt like right there I didn't really have much color, you know. So that's what I basically did. And here I'm grabbing some of that turquoise. I didn't really wipe it away. I'm using that basically to kind of mix it in with the dark blue. And that is how pretty it turns out and looks. So once we're done playing with it and like how it looks, we're gonna go ahead and cure this for 30 seconds. So once we cured it, this is what we basically have. So now I am gonna go ahead and grab some of this foil. I already went ahead and ripped that up, and I'm just gonna use that tacky layer that the gel polish leaves to my advantage, and I'm gonna use that to basically stick the foil on there. So I'm grabbing my tweezers and I'm just gonna start placing that foil into like a diagonal type of thing, or kind of like a swirl basically. And this honestly looks like a really pretty design. I'm just gonna speed this up so you guys can see how it looks. Okay, so once we have the foil where we want it, I go ahead and just basically use my thumb to press it down onto the nail so the foil doesn't stick up, you know, or so it doesn't interfere with our top coat, because sometimes if we don't not press it down, it'll eventually lift when we're top coating it, and that's just going to create a big mess. So yeah, make sure you're using your thumb once you place it to just basically pat it down into place. And here I just basically pat it down, you see that, and then I went ahead and fully coated the whole nail with top coat, and this is the outcome. So the second nail you guys see there is the one that I showed you guys. I didn't really show how I did this one, but if you guys want a tutorial on that one, please let me know. That is the one that I did not use any alcohol. I just basically used the own gel polish to make the marble design. And then the blue one is the one that I showed you guys, which is the one that I used alcohol in. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. And lastly, please stay safe, and if you guys have any requests, please let me know.